finishing up my steak. I just got home from work a little bit ago, and I am getting a message from my wife, of course. But anyhow, yeah, I've been eating ribeye steak every single night. I think for the last 2 to 3 weeks now, and I've been eating 3 eggs every single night. Well, most every single night. Come on. Just trying to get these cracked and in the pan. There we go. Now my hands are yucky. But anyhow, yeah, this has been an interesting trip to Nome. I've been feeling amazing. I've been doing great. I've been eating a lot of reindeer sausage. I even cooked some extra. Now I've been cooking extra sausage like every day to take to work just in case I need it. And I keep forgetting it here. Crazy. But whatever. I've been making it through the work days without having to have any snacks. Yeah. So this is what I got going on. Got a couple eggs in there. I got my steak. It's ready to eat. I always use Redden's real salt. Always. And this crazy little carnivore diet just keeps getting better. I can't really complain. Who do we got there? Hey, Sunshine. How are you doing? How's the weather down there? I think you're in Kodiak, right? Yeah. Hopefully your weather's been treating you good. We've been getting a lot of rain up here the last 2 days in Nome. We've been actually had some sunshine. I did go out and I recorded a trip around town. I was in my side-by-side or my friend's side-by-side, and I wanted to at least get some footage of driving around here. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I think I might just do like a kind of like a ride-along type video with it. So I'm not sure. Oh, come here, you. Trying to flip an egg. There we go. Now I've had a hard time at my other house in Anchorage trying to flip eggs for some reason. Try to get all that stuff taken care of. Shut the heat off on that. Let's get dinner ready. Oh, come on. I think I cooked my eggs too long. That's okay. Let it work. We're going to head on over to the table and set up for a second. Something to eat. Ta-da. The lights turned on. This place has got so many switches. All right, that's what we got going on for dinner. Okay. There we go. All right, so who do we got in the room today? I'm 14, I love to cook. Okay, yummy, holy clogged arteries. Yeah, if that was only the case, Dee Dee, so far this has not been a problem at all. When I was eating the normal type food, you know, like you go to the grocery store and you buy all the box stuff that's in the center aisles, and then you throw a bunch of vegetables and you don't know exactly what you're doing with vegetables. That created a big problem, Dee Dee, and that was actually clogging my arteries because I was eating all the overly processed crap food. For a while there, I did try a lot of vegetables, did a vegan diet and a vegetarian diet. I didn't get any better. I had a lot of problems. So I got some kidney stones. I got away from that type of diet. And then I went back to trying to lose weight, fasting, and then keto diet, and then KetoVore, and then I've been strict carnivore here ever since I've been up in Nome for this job. So it really works. I mean, I can't complain. My blood pressure is normal. My blood work looks fantastic. Um, yeah, even my doctors are kind of amazed at how well I've been doing. Must be a fan of who? Kui? I don't know what that is. Oh, cooking? Now, just to be clear, Dee Dee, I'm not one of those guys that just thinks vegetables and stuff like that and fruit are out there to kill us. But I do believe that there's a lot of problems with the fruits and vegetables that we're getting these days, especially the stuff that we get shipped up here to Alaska. Because when I started implementing a lot of different type of vegetables, eating a lot of salads here in Alaska, like I said, I had a lot of internal issues. Besides that, I was really morbidly obese when I started that. So I'd have one or the other. I'd have either chronic diarrhea or chronic constipation. There never really seemed to be an in-between. I was also eating a whole bunch of pizza, and I got rid of the pizza addiction. I still crave pizza, surprisingly, but I crave a different type of pizza. It's like a cauliflower crust pizza that I can buy at Costco. Now, that is one of the overly processed type foods that I might eat, but that's something I've also used previously in this weight loss journey to lose weight, and I've lost a lot of weight eating like the entire cauliflower pizza because let me see, it's just under 2,000 calories for the whole pizza, so it wasn't too bad. But when I started, I couldn't really afford, ribeye steak, or I didn't think I could afford ribeye steak because a lot of the numbers, when you start, talking about the carnivore diet, you start talking about eating healthy. The numbers just don't make sense, and we think we can't afford stuff because we're so used to buying all these extra products to go with our meals. And when I'm doing the carnivore diet, it's simply just ribeye steak, a couple reindeer sausage, and 3 eggs. Now, even here in Nome, Alaska, this is under $25. I can't complain there. Our pay rate up here in Alaska is much higher than it is in the lower 48, for comparison. So $25 here, isn't a lot of money when it comes to eating a meal. If I were to go out to a restaurant and get this exact same plate, yeah, I'd be looking about $80 at a restaurant, maybe $60 if I'm lucky. But even in Anchorage, you're looking at about a $50 meal right here. So I can eat this every single day for under $25, give or take a couple dollars because the meat price goes up and down. Yum. Really? Seattle's expensive? I wouldn't think Seattle would be that expensive. That would be why my channel's called Big Man Alaska. Hey, I'm a big boy. I got a big forehead, too. Surprised somebody hadn't said something about that. McDonald's. I used to be like the worst junk food addict. Especially when I was driving my big truck, I'd go across the country and I'd stop in at like McDonald's or Taco Bell. But I wouldn't just stop in. I was buying like a huge bag full of like sometimes 10 cheeseburgers or like 4 or 5 Big Macs and just a ridiculous amount of food. I don't really care too much for the French fries. I might get like 1 large fry, and then the soda. I mean, the soda by itself just wrecks everything. I mean, I have seen some people online, they've lost some weight eating junk food, but those people are very, very athletic. And my whole point about talking about my weight loss journey is I've lost over 157 pounds now with no exercise. I just changed my eating habits. I learned how to fast, and that's basically it. I go to work. I drive a dump truck. I drive around in circles all day long. I only get out of the truck 2 or 3 times a day, and that's to take a leak. So, I mean, my point is you can lose weight even in a wheelchair. You don't have to, get up and move around a lot. Movement helps. Movement is fantastic for fitness. But it's not the only way to lose weight. Eating a salad is not the only way to lose weight. Actually, eating a salad is probably the most miserable way to lose weight because you're hungry after You just ate something and then you're immediately hungry. The salad doesn't fill you up. It's almost pointless. Yeah, I can't do the high fructose corn syrup anymore. I mean, I recommend anybody that's, trying to lose weight, if you can go through your entire household, find anything with high fructose corn syrup at minimum, even if you keep other processed foods in your home. But at minimum, get rid of the high fructose corn syrup and stay away from it. I thought I was doing good years ago when I quit soda. I quit drinking soda many, many years ago. And then I just, I thought that was it. I didn't have to do anything else. But come to find out, I got high fructose corn syrup in cereal. We got it in, maple syrup. We got it. It's in just about everything. Ranch dressing, a lot of salad dressings contain high fructose corn syrup. Barbecue sauces contain it. And it's everywhere. But once you get it out of your system completely, I could have a little bit of sugar here and there. I'm talking like a little bit of natural sugar. I don't mind that so much. But high fructose corn syrup of any level is too much because they use the majority of high fructose corn syrup to fill up most of those bottles and most of those packages. Yeah, ketchup's got it too. I mean, it's disgusting. It's literally the poor man's way of making money off people. I mean, and it's very addicting. The high fructose corn syrup is very, very addicting. It's one of those legalized drugs they're allowed to sell. And they don't act like it's a problem. I mean, it's a huge problem. I mean, most people are feeding that stuff to their kids first thing in the morning. You have pancakes, you have French toast, you put the syrup on. Where did the syrup come from? What's in the syrup? I didn't even notice that I was doing that. Baby formula now. If you go look at baby formula, at the baby formula aisle, it's full of soy. It's full of all kinds of stuff babies should not be consuming, even sugars. Some of them have like 3 different kinds of sugar in it. When a baby's supposed to be drinking breast milk, now they're shooting their kids up with a pre-diabetes solution. It's kind of sad when you think about it. And I'm guilty of that too. A couple of my children were bottle fed. And I didn't know the difference. I was like, oh, the doctor said get this kind. So we did what the doctor said. Well, was the doctor at that time a good doctor? I don't know. That was many years ago, but just the amount of sugar that my kid consumed just from baby formula like Similac or Enfamil, it was nuts. And he was colicky too all the time. Well, no kidding. He's being pumped full of soy. Yeah, you're going to be colicky, you're going to have acid reflux, you're going to be puking on everything. So yeah, definitely check out your baby formulas if you got a newborn. Kind of dangerous stuff. I mean, we're messing up the kids before they even have a chance to talk. That's scary. Yeah, I am doing well, Dee Dee. Thank you. We've been doing pretty amazing up here so far. We had one day where I wasn't in the truck, but we went and rescued a broken trailer and another load. Did a lot of work around the maintenance shop. It was kind of a bummer not being in a truck because once you get used to being in a truck for 12 hours a day, and then you're told the next day you're not, it was kind of disappointing. But we're still here working. From what I can see on the job site right now, I can see another solid 2 weeks of work, maybe into another one after that. But right now we're fighting Mother Nature. So we're trying to get whatever we can done in the next couple of weeks because it's getting cold. I mean, it's getting cold. It was down below 32 this morning. We had frost on the windows. No snow on the ground yet. That's expected by maybe Friday, but we'll have to see how that goes. No, this is a ribeye steak. I got eggs on top of it. I got my reindeer sausage over here. Now, my roommate asked me the other day, is because he sees me cooking steaks every day, making eggs and sausage. He's like, doesn't that get boring? And I'm like, no, actually it doesn't. That's why I have a variety of proteins on my plate. The reindeer sausage gives me a different type of flavor. The steak is just always amazing. The eggs, if you can make your eggs just a little bit runny, it makes its own like dipping sauce, kind of like having ketchup or barbecue sauce. You just use the egg yolks. You see me dipping my fork in there and get a little bit on there. It's absolutely delicious. I love how this works. Yeah, bust that egg open. So somebody just recently told me to watch out for like fake meat and stuff like fake steaks, and I agree. We do need to watch out for fake any type of food because they've been using a lot of meat glues. Now, when you're getting ribeyes, it's pretty hard, I would think, to fake a ribeye because a ribeye's got several different sections and several different parts that are very, very particular to a ribeye steak, and it also has very particular, specific connective tissue. So that makes me feel a little bit better when I'm buying ribeye steaks. Now, some of these other steaks, I don't know, they look like they could be globbed together, and I just wouldn't notice. So far, there hasn't been a lot of talk about how the meat glue, if it's affecting people in a negative way or not, because they use it in everything. They use it in chicken patties, burger patties. They try to make fake steaks with it. It makes it really hard to tell, especially if there's no specific, connective tissue that's supposed to be there and fat that's supposed to be around the edges. It's kind of hard to imitate the fat and the connective tissue. But I had some ribeyes the other night. Well, a ribeye. But it had a lot of fat on it that was like almost inedible. I couldn't chew through it. And I like to cook the edges a lot to get the fat to cook down as much as possible because then I cook my eggs in the beef tallow that's left over. Yeah, trade apples for elk. Unfortunately, I can't eat apples. There's too much natural sugar in the apple, and I'm not saying that apples are unhealthy. I'm just saying all the extra sugar that's in the apple will shut my ketosis off. I won't be able to lose weight unless I'm extremely, extremely active, which I'm not. I mean, I'm not an advocate for the eat less, move more movement, even though I fell for it when I first started losing weight and I wound up getting injured. That's a problem, especially when you're like 435 pounds and you're trying to get down to be a whole lot smaller. As soon as you become injured and you're under the mentality of I have to exercise in order to lose this weight quick. I mean, I was losing like 15 pounds a week, sometimes 30. My first week was 30-pound weight loss. And then I was having like 7-pound weight loss weeks. And my average lately has been 4 to 5 pounds. I've been losing every week. And it's not like water weight anymore. I'm down like to the actual fat in my stomach now. So it's kind of annoying to see it too, because I know for a fact that I'm going to have some excess skin. I did some damage to my body. I'm just going to have to deal with it and live with it. It is what it is. So for now, what I've been working on is a 90-day beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. But I've added the reindeer sausage, so it's technically not BBBE. But that, I don't care. I really don't, because it's all meat on my plate. This is what I eat every day. The only added ingredient I use is Redmond's real salt, and that's it. I only eat one time a day. This is my only meal. I did the math on what I have, and it's approximately 2,000 calories. It's actually a little over 2,000 calories a day. So it's a one meal a day type thing. And yes, I lose weight eating just this right here. I drink water throughout the day. If I feel like I need electrolytes, I'll make some. I don't buy electrolytes. I make my own with Redmond's real salt, water, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of lemon juice. And the lemon juice is just for flavor. Yeah, that was a good bite. If you guys are lucky, you might be able to see me choke on a piece of steak on camera, so be sure to hit that like button up above. You can just click those 3 dots on either whatever side it's on, and that'll take you to the like button. If you guys could do me that favor, that'd be great. A strict ketone will help with the excess skin. I've been looking into something called dry fasting. I don't know when I want to start it. I thought about starting it up here in Nome, but I think I might want to wait until I get back down to Anchorage, when I get back closer to my family, so I can, I don't know, maybe I might try it up here. But dry fasting is literally, I'd be doing it for approximately 24 hours, and that's no water and no food for 24 hours. Actually, it might be a little bit longer than that. No, maybe it's 20. So if I finish this meal right now, I'm not sure what time of day it is up here, but if I finish this meal at 7, yeah, I'd be about a 24-hour dry fast where I had no food or drink for the entire time. And then I would have to stock up and drink about 2 liters of water when I got home, and then eat some food. And it's similar to what they do during Ramadan. Or is it Ramadan? I don't know. I'm not very big into that. But anyways, it's similar to what they do in the Middle East. They fast for like 30 days, I think it is, where they're, from sunup to sundown. They're not eating or drinking anything from sunup to sundown. So they get all their nutrition after the sun goes down and before the sun comes up. So very similar to that. There's been a lot of studies going on right now about that. The benefits of doing that, and also dry fasting, because dry fasting is supposed to work twice as well as a like a 5-day water fast. So whatever level of ketosis you might get in by doing a 24-hour fast, you can double that. I think that's what the math was. So that's pretty solid weight loss. And it's also supposed to help with that, that excess skin that I'm going to be getting right here. I might be getting a little bit under the arms too. I got a little jiggle flap going there. Still got a pretty decent fat roll going on right here, and that one bugs me because it cuts off the circulation to my arm sometimes when I lay flat with my arm on my side. But it is what I did to myself. Yeah, dry fasting might be a trick to alleviating some of the excess skin around the gut, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm 50 years old. I'm already funny looking enough. I'm just about bald. Some carnivores said they started seeing more hair growth on their head. I don't care, because I like cutting my hair extremely short. Now my beard's getting a little carried away because I'm in Nome and all my facial care products are 400 and something miles away. So I'll just have to wait on that. But when I get home, I'm going to be doing my official weigh-in when I get home. So I got on the airplane. I was 285 pounds that day when I got on the airplane. And I think I'll be down below, I should be down below 270 by the time I get done with this hitch. If I'm lucky, I'll be down around 260. That should be interesting and worth subscribing for. I don't know. Trump 2024. Yeah, that's better than Kamala, I think. I'm not a fan of Kamala. And you got to be careful talking about Trump and Kamala up in this village, because Nome is very, very liberal. We have a lot of Democrats that live here, which is fine, but I understand why now, after being here for over 3, maybe 4 weeks, because I can actually see the liberal policies in action here, where if you go other places, you really can't, because there's so much stuff going on. But here in a small community, you can see some of the benefits of what's going on. You can also see some of the negatives too, but I don't want to bash this place. This is where like 3/4 of my family live, right here in Nome. And I really do love this place. Regardless of my politics, I don't care. I don't know there, Eddie. Huh. draw a cat dinosaur. Nope, I can't. I don't have anything to draw left if I wanted to. I'd have to go in the other room and get my clipboard and get my pen out. But that's an interesting challenge, by the way. So yeah, I've been hard pressed to make a video lately because it's really, really hard to find time. I pretty much have just enough time to come home, make dinner, eat dinner, get cleaned up a little bit, call my wife, go to bed, by about 9 o'clock, and then I'm out the door again. First thing in the morning. I get up about 4 o'clock every day. Man, steak kind of makes its own sauce, and if you put enough salt on it, it tastes similar to, the juices taste similar to like A1 steak sauce, but you don't have all the stuff that's in A1. And it's been a while now since I've used the sauce. When I first started the carnivore diet, I was using a lot of barbecue sauce, similar to when I was eating a salad. I was putting a bunch of ranch dressing, Thousand Island, or whatever I could find, because salads taste like crap. But when you start the carnivore diet, meat tastes pretty good, but we're so used to putting condiments on top of our meat that it was hard to break that habit. It was hard to get away from it. Barbecue sauce has got a lot of sugar, even if it's natural sugar. Sweet Baby Ray's, that disappointed me. They have high fructose corn syrup. I had to ditch them like immediately once I found that out. I don't know why they would do that to such a winning product. Go that route. It's a cheap route. Well, here in Nome, it's a family-based community. For starters, I'm related to about 3/4 of the people here, either my in-laws or on my side. Well, that was a good one. Or either on my side of the family. So I have cousins, aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas. They're covering this entire area here. I can't go to the store. I can't even go outside without seeing somebody I'm related to here. That's how this community is. Now up here, since it's so remote, when somebody has a problem, that means it's almost a problem for the entire town. So everybody kind of works together and tries to solve whatever problems arise. And it's kind of a beautiful thing how things work up here. It's not a bad thing. I mean, even if I moved here, yeah, I'd probably swing right down the middle of either side, because the system works here. It might not work other places, other big cities. I haven't noticed it working well there. If anything, it's holding people back from making money. Here, it's the opposite. You can actually make more money. And that's probably why a lot of the politicians are in the area are that way. Because they've seen it work for them, they've seen it work for their family, and it's like the carnivore diet. It totally warps your mind once you figure it all out. And same as the system up here in a remote village is weird. Stoned and Cold Steve Austin, I remember that guy. I used to be a wrestling fan when I was a kid. I used to love watching wrestling. So now that I've actually kind of figured out this oven, this stove, I kind of got to figure it out. So when I just take a clean pan and I heat that sucker right up hot, I start cooking my reindeer sausage in it first, and then I start getting that sear on the sausage. And once I take that out, a ripping hot pan, just take that steak and slap it down. Let it sit there for a couple minutes on one side, flip it over, slap it down, make sure it's good and salted. Then I'll crisp up all the edges real quick, and then it goes on the plate. It turns out kind of like that. It could say moo. I mean, it could crawl off the plate if it wanted to, but it's so good. It's so good. Oh, I wish I work all weekend, so I never really get a weekend here. I'm up here on a work project. We're building a giant gravel pad for the Nome hospital. It's basically an expansion where they're going to put housing. So hopefully that way they stop buying up all the other property. They can put some people in there instead of, make some of these homes available. Because I looked at the housing market up here and I didn't see much available. And as soon as it becomes available, if it's a good price, they gobble it up. Like the corporations up here gobble it up. So there's like really nowhere to live unless you want to rent an apartment. And that's not a bad thing either, renting an apartment, because when the pipes freeze, it's not your problem as much. You still don't have water. You're not the one footing the bill to get the pipes fixed. And you're also not the one footing the bill for when, the place runs out of heating oil. So that makes it nice when you're not a homeowner, because when you're a homeowner up here, like we had an issue with our dryer here, and I was asking around. That's like, so when you guys don't have a washer or dryer and you're trying to get it repaired or fixed or replaced, I said, how long does that take? And the consensus was about a month and a half, because if you order a washer or dryer, even from Anchorage, it takes a long time to get it up here, because there's only so many slots either on the airplane, if the boat's running at that time, because the boats don't run all year round because the water freezes and they can't get in here. This morning it was well in the 30s. I mean, things were frozen this morning. There was a good layer of frost. When we broke into the gravel pile this morning, yeah, there was about 1.5 inches that was frozen. But as soon as the sun comes up, it goes right away. Yeah, your dryer was $700. Up here, it'd probably be more than that, because they got to ship it up here. So if they're shipping it on a plane, it's more expensive. If it comes on a boat, it takes forever to get here. You have chronic hemorrhoids. Okay. You want to get rid of chronic hemorrhoids, definitely try the high protein, fatty red meat type carnivore diet. You don't have to be 100%. Even 90% will work, because when I started, I had chronic hemorrhoids. I had all kinds of issues. I had diarrhea, I had constipation. I had sleep apnea, that's gone. I had hearing aids. I couldn't hear anything. That fixed itself. Nobody knows why. I still haven't found out a good answer as to why my hearing came back. But my hearing came back like 10 times compared to what it used to be. So even when my hearing was good, my hearing is better now, and I don't know why. The doctors don't know why. It's weird. But most people never even knew when I was wearing hearing aids. They were so small. I mean, you can see a little wire, a plastic wire, but most of the time nobody ever had a clue I even had them in. I'd share with you. Actually, I'd probably just make more, because I usually eat all this once a night. It's kind of what I do. My roommates went out. They said they'd be back at like 12. I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. So if they pop in, yeah, we're gonna kill the stream there just so they can have their privacy here. Let's see, Mr. Straight Up No Chaser. Oh wow, I haven't seen you in a while. You're signing off. I appreciate you dropping by there. That's awesome. I love it when I recognize people. Noah Davis, hell no. That's a wholesome interview, huh? Yeah. But yeah, the hemorrhoids, weird. I haven't had a hemorrhoid since I started meat-based diet. When I was doing the keto diet, I still had some hemorrhoids. And I'm trying to think back, because I mean, I've been doing this stuff for over 1.5 years, losing weight. I mean, I made weight loss a hobby, and also making videos once a week about my weight loss journey has become part of the hobby. And it also keeps me accountable. It keeps me dropping weight constantly. I had a 3-month weight loss stall. It was at least 3 months. That one hurt. That hurt. But that was when I was extremely meat based. I wasn't 100% carnivore. I was eating a lot of stuff too, but a lot less stuff. So I was eating 90% meats and fats and 10% kind of whatever. But man, that kind of broke my spirit. I was worried. I didn't think I was going to start losing weight again. But then all of a sudden one day, I had a bright idea. I did a sardine and egg fast. So I was eating sardines and then I was eating a bunch of eggs. It doesn't matter how you cook them, just sardines and eggs. Sardines automatically kickstart ketosis, it seems like for me. So if I eat a can of sardines, I feel like I'm starting to come into ketosis. Like the innards of my body is shifting gear, like I can feel almost like a tingling sensation around my stomach. It's pretty nice, and it makes people happy, the ones that can feel it. Got a chewy bite. Nah, there ain't no blood. We cooked all the blood out. But it's super tender. Yep. Oh yeah. Let's see, what is that? Jay Stevens? Yeah, that's real good. Well, that's the funny thing. While I'm doing, somebody asked, like, what are my poops like now? I have no problem talking about poop because poop is a super important process of every human's bodily functions, and how you poop and pee is a pretty big deal. But since I started this ribeye steak thing, I poop like once every 3 days. And then the last time, which was this morning, was 2 days. So 3 days, 2 days, and it's not, you don't have that like constant urge to go to the bathroom when you eat this way. It's so nice because before, when I was eating trash food, a lot of junk food, a lot of pizza, a lot of breads, I always had like anxiety poops. If somebody told me I had to do a job I didn't like, all of a sudden I felt like I had to go to the bathroom. You guys know the story. You got a teenager. There's teenagers out there that are having that problem right now because they're eating trash. So you tell them something they don't want to do, and like do the dishes, and they're straight to the bathroom. You might as well just put a timer on it. It's going to be about 20 minutes. But that used to happen to me, and I used to plan my life around where the restroom was. So I didn't do a lot of family events. I didn't do a lot of outings. I didn't go camping very much because I was afraid I might not make it to the bathroom. Even my truck driving trips, I planned out every single restroom along the way. And even if I didn't have to go, I made sure I pulled over just in case. But I usually had to go because I was like chronically pooping all the time because I was eating a garbage diet. But if you have that problem, it goes away. It goes away with the carnivore diet. It goes away with a keto diet. It goes away with a KetoVore diet. And it also goes away with a meat-based diet of 90% meats and fats, 10%. I don't care what you eat in your kitchen. That was my base process that I got started with. I still strongly believe in the 90-10 eating principle because it simply works for people. I know a lot of people that have tried it. They've had great success. 90% meats and fats. If you want to eat a couple cookies after you've done this, I don't care. It's not going to hurt you because you ate all this, ate over 2,000 calories of red fatty meat. You ate some sausage. 2 cookies, yeah, they're not going to hurt you. I put that to the test. I did that for a solid week. I ate a bunch of meat, and then I ate a little bit of junk food. I did that for a solid week. I lost weight. But, I think there is something to the process of eat the meat before you eat the crap. So if that's something that you have to do, like you just can't survive without eating a bag of Doritos, all right, eat a lot of meat, eat your bag of Doritos, and hopefully you're in a much better place. But I think if I ate a bag of Doritos right now, I would be sick because there's just so much going on in a bag of Doritos. Nope, never tried meth. There's too much of it around, and I keep seeing what it's doing to people. My neighbor died of that. And then my next door neighbor, back in Anchorage, almost died of it several times. Yeah, chicken parm sounds good. There's just not enough fat content in chicken for me. Yes, absolutely, Pamela. I've done many workups. I've done several blood tests, blood work. We even did an extended panel to check for any vitamin deficiencies. I was not deficient in any area whatsoever because the meat. If I have sardines, sardines is like a multivitamin. You're not going to be deficient if you have sardine liver in your diet because that kind of covers all the other stuff. But not everybody's into eating organ meat. So if you don't like eating organ meat, oh, that was another good one. If you don't like eating organ meat, then yeah, chances are you're going to need to take some supplements. And the same thing goes with a vegan type diet. I was taking supplements when I was doing vegan and vegetarian because I'm sorry, vegetables don't contain everything, and there's not everything in vegetables that's bioavailable. You can have a vitamin, like in something, and just because the vitamin's there doesn't mean your body can absorb it from the way it's being put into your body. That's a problem with a lot of the multivitamins too. Yeah, they're selling you the vitamin that they claim. But when you take it, you might as well be eating a piece of chalk because it doesn't absorb. It just comes right out the other end. Weird. So farts. Like the carnivore diet itself pretty much eliminates a lot of flatulism. At least about 98% of flatulation, bloated feeling. You don't get that bloated feeling like you do if you eat a bunch of broccoli or cauliflower, green beans, or any type of vegetable. There's no bloating feeling. You do get a full stuffed type feeling, which is nice. But the only time I fart is like first thing in the morning, when I'm sitting on the toilet getting ready to, go number two. That's it. I don't fart at all. The rest of the day, nothing. Not like I used to. I was farting all the time. And it's disturbing when you're watching these younger kids that are eating all this trash. And they're smiling and they're happy. They're just running around pooping their pants all over the house, thinking it's ha 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 funny I farted. Farting is a natural aspect of life. It's there for a reason. If we can't relieve the pressure, we're going to have a problem. But the overabundance of it is unnatural. You shouldn't be doing it all the time. Now, if I should get into some, like, let's say my meat's not very bad, yeah, I might get a case of the farts, but it's nothing like it used to be when I was eating vegetables. Nothing at all. Yeah. Taking me forever to eat. You guys are slowing me down. Oh, I dropped it. Well, I'm trying to eat dinner. I'm also trying to talk and be a little bit somewhat informative, entertaining. I don't know which one I'm doing better at, but we got 27 people in the stream. Wow, 27 people in the stream, and I got 25 likes. That is the closest I've ever seen those two numbers in all the times that I've done this. That's amazing. So that means there's two of you watching that hasn't hit the like button for me. Maybe you can't find it, or maybe you're watching on a different device. Oh, that's cool. Does that say poop beard? Looks like it says poop beard. All right on. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Yeah, if you know how, there's like 3 little buttons up in the corner, like one of these corners up here. You just tap on those 3 little buttons, and then a little thing will pop down, and you can like the stream if you want. But I just try to come out here and be as open as possible, because I don't believe that weight loss needs to be a secret. I don't believe that anybody should have to go out and pay for a gym membership, buy a membership to a fitness club, buy a whole bunch of products, when all I'm doing is losing weight by eating food or fasting. That's another good one. And if you haven't looked into fasting, check it out. It's perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. There's so many different fun types of fasts that you can do. And I just focus on them for 5 solid days. And then on the weekends, whatever. But just do it for 5 days a week. Pick a fast you want to do. And some of these fasting mimicking fasts I've done work really well. Because sardines, that's food. You can eat as many sardines as you want in a week. You can eat as many eggs as you want in a week. And it mimics a fast. And you lose weight eating a ton of eggs. I never thought that was possible. But you don't want to do eggs specifically weeks and weeks on end, because eggs do not carry all the nutrients a person needs. So 5 days is a pretty good stretch. 7 days is right at your limit. I wouldn't go like 30 days eating nothing but eggs. That would be ridiculous, and you would probably come out the other end with some issues. Oh, is Anthony leaving? One from Europe there. Pinky Friday sales. Salas Anthony. I think Salas means goodbye, right? I think so. I don't know. I haven't seen many of my regulars in here today. Have I just been like neglecting the stream altogether and not saying hi to people that normally pop in? Because normally I have at least one moderator in the room. Huh. Sunshine Alaska was here, but I'm sure they're probably going to bed soon. Oh, you guys were busy in there. I can't even read through all those comments. Whoa. Good stuff. Oh, Anthony's still here. It's all good. I have had trouble getting my parents to understand how this works. Well, here's the thing, Christopher. You can do it gently, but the best way to explain how it works is to be the testimony. I am the vessel. I am the testimony of, yes, carnivore works. Yes, you can lose weight with little to no exercise. I am 50%, just about 50% smaller in circumference than what I used to be when I started losing weight. I mean, anybody can do this. If I can figure it out, I'm just a truck driver, guys. If I can figure it out, anybody should be able to do this. That's really the reason why I started making videos in the first place, was to, like, man, I thought it was amazing. 5-day water fast, my very first one, I lost 30 pounds. That blew my mind. How could I lose 30 pounds? It was, a lot of it was water weight. But I don't care. You take 30 pounds of water and you stop carrying it around, for years. Yeah, it feels good. It feels like amazing. Your brain is just like, whoa, I was still fat, but I was 30 pounds less fat. I was carrying around 30 less pounds. I mean, that's huge, right? Then I got a couple more different weird fasts, and it was like 15 pounds of weight loss came off. And that's when I was first starting, morbidly obese man. First starting, all of a sudden I was losing all this water weight. My legs, my ankles, my feet were starting to feel better. There was a holy transition there throughout the process of your body readjusting to a smaller frame. That was painful. So I was getting these weird pains in my hips, almost like a pregnant woman would, after they had a baby, like when their hips start coming back. Yeah, there was a little bit of pain here and there. I had plantar fasciitis. I overcame that with more weight loss and just more consistency. I didn't really have a cure for that, but it did get better. But it was bad. I mean, I had a hard time walking. It felt like I was stepping on glass everywhere I went. Plantar fasciitis sucks. So doesn't sleep apnea. I mean, I got rid of my CPAP machine after I went meat-based. That was a big day. I even went back to the sleep clinic to get an additional follow-up study to make sure. And yeah, they said, you're good. You only had a couple of apneas, and that was only when I was laying on my back. Other than that, I slept like a baby. They didn't even come in and put a CPAP on me because I wasn't having any apneas. There was no reason. But even after the test, the sleep test, it took me about a month and a half to wean myself off of the machine. because after you've been on the machine for so long, you're just, you're kind of like, this is your friend because it puts you to sleep. It also provides a little bit of white noise, which helps you go to sleep. It took me a while to go to sleep without a CPAP machine. It was a struggle. It was a struggle having to get a CPAP machine too because I didn't have insurance. Yeah, butter's pretty good. I want to make butter bites when I get home. I always forget. I don't have a lot of time on my hands just to be doing fun stuff. Or fatty coffee. Yeah, fatty coffee's a good idea. I did that for a little while. I was putting butter in my coffee. It worked out pretty good. But it wasn't something I stuck with because I prefer just regular black coffee with nothing in it. That works really well for me. Finally found out I had to drop cheese. Cheese can definitely stall your weight, brother. Definitely stall your weight. I haven't had cheese in quite a while because I've been eating just this meal right here. Ribeye steak, 3 eggs, and I had some reindeer sausage. I try to eat all the fat, but man, I'm getting full tonight. I still got a lot of steak here. Got to eat some eggs. But it's just amazing how this is kind of the way my relatives used to eat. It was just with wild animals. They'd eat caribou, moose. They'd save all the fat off the animal. They use fat for energy. I mean, go figure, carnivore diet, it works. They were doing the carnivore diet way before anybody called it the carnivore diet. They were using blueberries, natural blueberries that grow in the tundra. All the berries around it, they were using that for the natural health benefits of the antioxidants and everything there it provides. I mean, blueberries does not spike the blood sugar. I mean, I used to eat 4 ounces of blueberries, not a problem, still losing weight. And 4 ounces of blueberries, or 8 ounces, is it 8 ounces? I think, whatever comes in a flat of blueberries. It's a lot of blueberries. But if I had a sweet tooth, like I wanted to get candy or cake or cookies, I'd go straight for a flat of blueberries. And I would just eat them until I couldn't eat anymore, or I ate the whole container. But they work. I mean, blueberries work really well for weight loss. Because for one, they're kind of delicious if you like blueberries. If you don't like blueberries, I'm sorry. That's too bad. Man, this is going to be like the first night where I don't know if I finish my steak. It's still tasting good. And I was told that once the meat stops tasting good, it's about the time you need to stop anyway. It's our body's natural way of telling us, yeah, we're done. I'm definitely full though. Now there was a point when I started the BBBE challenge, beef, bacon, butter, and eggs, that I can taste anything. It was like my mouth was mute to the flavor of the salt, the meat, everything. It was just like, it's like I was putting paste in my mouth. And somebody said it was called meat aversion. Taught at Carnivore Cure, actually. He's like, you probably have meat aversion. He's like, you can try a couple different things. You can try putting a little bit more salt. A splash of apple cider vinegar on your meat helps. That helps. Seriously, a splash. I could just take apple cider vinegar and just a little bit on there. That's all. That worked. Yeah, it looked a lot better before I hacked into it like this. Yeah. I am surprisingly full. I gotta go to the store tomorrow, buy some more steaks. So I buy a 3-pack of steaks up here in Nome, and it cost me anywhere between $50 to $60 for whatever poundage it is. But I think it's over $19 a pound up here in Alaska right now. I don't know what the price is if I go into town. I haven't looked. I haven't been there in about a month. But when I get back to town, I want to buy a big chunk of meat and slice up my own ribeyes at home. That way I don't have to buy them 3 at a time. I can slice them up, package them, put them in the freezer. They can be ready pretty quickly. Oh, little beef sliders. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, Ricky, definitely check into, do your own research. I don't care who you are. If you get an idea from me, the next step is just take a note of whatever that idea is and just go research it. Look at other people's videos, look at other people's content, discussion topics. Just go to the search bar, enter sardine fast or egg fasting, or 5-day water fasting, or just water fasting in general, dry fasting. These are topics that I literally take from other people when I hear them, and then I'll do some research on it. I'll listen, like I'll drive around my truck and I'll just click on a video that talks about dry fasting. That's what I did the other day. I listened to Dr. Berg's video. There's some other doctor's video I listened to, and they were talking about the risks and the benefits of dry fasting. Those were some of the things I learned. The fact that dry fasting works either 2 times, maybe 3 times better than normal fasting, which is very intriguing for a guy that's trying to lose more weight. I'm quickly getting to my goal weight. My goal weight's 235, and the last time I checked, that was 275. I haven't done anything different, so I know I'm still losing some weight. Bare minimum, I'm maintaining weight loss. So that's the nice thing about the carnivore diet, is I can eat as much as I want. Meat and fat, eggs, sardines, anything yummy meat based. I'm not gaining weight as long as it's not full of a bunch of processed crap. And those little reindeer sausages are almost borderline, like almost too much stuff in them. But I've had such great success in the past eating reindeer sausage and losing weight. All right, guys, it's time for me to clear this plate. I wish I had my dog here because my dog would love this. I can't finish this. This is like the first time in my internet history that second time now. Also in BBBE, it's the second time I haven't been able to finish my plate. And I've been eating the same portion of food for the last 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm full. Wow. I am humbled. God is strange how God does things for me. This whole weight loss journey started with a prayer. And it wasn't for a prayer for weight loss. It was a prayer for God to take my life. He said, no, you have to do stuff for me. And you're going to work through me. And my job is basically to come out here and explain what I do every week for weight loss in very simple, easy to understand words from a truck driver's perspective and a guy that lives in a trailer home. The carnivore diet has opened up so many doors for me. I never imagined that would happen. YouTube is just one. But my trucking career started to excel extremely fast. My ability to manage jobs, take care of others on the job, not forget specific details, make sure specific things are happening when they need to happen. All improved. All because of the carnivore diet. And making one simple prayer for God to take my life. And now here I am. I keep telling people, we are God's vessel. As long as we take care of ourselves, God will take care of us, and He will reward you. Just do what He asks. So, and this is my journey. This is my life. This is my testimony that the carnivore diet does work. It's worth giving a shot. If you're a vegan, I get it. You're not going to eat meat. I understand that 100%. But this right here is saving people's lives. And if I can save a few more before I go, I'm going to give it a good shot. All right, guys, we're going to have to pop out of here. I need to take care of this, take a shower, and I need to get off to bed. 4 o'clock in the morning is going to be fast approaching. And I do wish all of you really good health. I'd recommend that you all research something new every week about health, especially if you're getting started, especially if you want to get started. All of this is possible for the most morbidly obese person. I've seen the carnivore diet work wonders. I've seen fasting work miracles. I've seen KetoVore work for some, not me. I tried it, but uh, yeah, keto in general, I had a hard time with keto. But just because it's overly complicated. Some people that do good with it, I did not do good with keto. KetoVore kind of worked. 90-10 eating principle. That's just a winner for me. That worked really well. That gave me the freedom to make mistakes and not beat myself up. That's why I promote that. The carnivore diet's really getting strict with it seems to do stuff. I'm not 100%, thinking I'm gonna be 100% when I'm all done with this 90-day challenge. I should be done with this challenge sometime in November, like mid-November. I should be done with my 90 days. And then I'm going to come up with my conclusion about, being more strict carnivore. Is it for me, or is it something I might come back to if I start having other issues? But it's definitely a good tool. It's a great elimination type tool to help you figure out what's going on. You've got allergies. Try this. I have had 0 allergies since I started the carnivore diet, even meat-based. So it's kind of a win-win. All right, God bless, guys. I do have to fumble the buttons and actually tired. But all right, you take care.